Guys, what is up? Welcome to, another episode of Grant Guy Reviews.
Yo.
I'm your boy, Grant Guy, and this is my other boy,
Jacob Goodman.
Jacob. Dude, yo. We got the new gamer name in the house. Guys, today we are reviewing what is possibly Game of the Year.
Yes.
We have both been very excited for this.
Yeah.
And first,
go ahead.
Yeah,
I already know what you're going to say. You're going to say, first off the bat, we just got to look at Pokemon, Game Freak as a company, and look at them and go, man, they make such high-quality games. Can they make such bangers?
What can they do wrong?
Yeah, what can they do wrong?
What can they do wrong? Yep.
And, guys, they...
nailed it.
They nailed it.
It's so good.
It's like a knife, like in the background, like
in the way background of the green screen. There's a guy like staring at us from a distance. Like, it's very good.
yeah.
Guys, today we're reviewing Detective Pikachu Returns, a sequel to the 2016 3DS game. If you like this content, if you like the review, I'm not going to ask you to subscribe right now. Subscribe at the end of the video after you're done fully enjoying it.
Yeah, we got a good one in store for you guys.
We got a good one. So
we played Detective Pikachu. What's the full title of the game?
Detective Pikachu Returns.
Okay.
This is the big one. This is the big one.
Yeah, so we should start off with the non-spoils. So Grant,
yes.
I guess I'm reviewing you now.
Yeah, go for it.
What do you think about the game? What do you think about
overall? It is a game that I found myself at the peak of awakeness wanting to sleep.
Yeah.
It's a game that after drinking 10,000 energy drinks, it will put you to bed. This game is a cup of warm, heated up milk at night when you can't sleep.
Yeah, exactly. And for my opinion of the game, if you guys really love what era of games does this remind you of? PS2? I
would say more like early mobile.
Early mobile, yeah, actually, that's pretty good. Yeah. If you guys really want, like,
if you're just craving it,
if you have brain damage, I think you would love this game. Like, unironically.
Like you got a few
lumps
missing in the lobe.
If you're like, all right, or another scenario, if you're sick on the couch, you can't like get up, you're so sick. Actually, this would probably not. This would be hell with the music.
You go insane.
Yeah, don't do it.
Guys, don't do it, please.
Yeah, or if you're a kid. Also, if you're a kid, this will probably be good for you. But like, it's not that engaging. Like the writing is just like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like,
now,
Anyway,
continue. What were you gonna say?
Well, okay, all right. So with all Pokemon games, there's two audience types. There's the us, way too old to be liking Pokemon, but we still do.
20s and 30s, played Nintendo growing up.
And we like it because it's, cool Pokemon or cool monsters, catch and battle. It's
for the record, we both play Pokemon games. We love Pokemon games.
Yeah, and for this one, we like play to interact with Pokemon more, see how like they live and how the Pokemon world works.
Get that extra experience in the universe.
For this game though, it does not do anything engaging with it. All the NPC models look like balls. Like
like
the most a Pokemon will say is like their catchphrase or whatever. And Detective Pikachu will be like, "Whoa, here's what he's saying," or either go like, "Oh, that was mean." Anyway, it's like, all right.
Anyway, now.
Well, I'm just thinking. All right, dude. Remember in Pokemon, freaking. All right, fake fan guys, Ruby or some old one. There's this dude named Bill.
Bill sounds familiar.
He's like has his own PC and he turns himself into a Pokemon.
Oh,
what if like this game had a detective where like some guy turned himself into a Pokemon and he became like
it's like attached that it's like we gotta figure out why the hell did he do that?
And that kind of shows Pokemon like has shown concepts that are kind of like, wait, he turned himself into a Pokemon. What the frick? Like, how's that work? Like. They delved there before, and they like there's other creepy stuff in Pokemon games. But
dude, did you play X and Y?
Yeah, I did. Yeah,
do you remember the creepy ghost chick in the elevator? Like you go up the elevator, and she's like,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, like that.
I forgot. Yeah.
Dude, that freaked me out, bro.
Yeah, it's creepy, and I think Pokemon Black had a similar thing too.
Yeah.
But did this game ever creep you out? Ever?
Yes.
Oh, really? Huh. Okay.
Yeah.
Was it like Mr. Mime or something?
Yes. As soon as I heard Mr. Mime's voice, I was petrified.
Damn. Okay.
If you guys are thinking of what Mr. Mime's voice is in your head right now, I implore you to go watch a cutscene. You know, I'm going to play it right here of what his voice actually sounds like in this, and it scares me.
Yeah. Yep.
But is that about it for your spoiler-free take?
Yeah, spoiler-free review. So yeah, overall, guys, play it if you like Pokemon and you're still innocent.
Yeah.
So 1 out of 5. Frick this game. I actually hate it.
See, here's the thing. Here's how I'm going to review the game.
Okay, yeah.
So as you guys may or may not know, the highest a game can go is a 5, a 6 if it's like incredible.
Yeah. Yep.
Because it breaks the scale. Now, because this game, because it goes up to 5, and this game happened to be $50. So I'm actually going to use this as a comparison.
I didn't know it was $50. Okay.
Yeah, it's $50.
Interesting. Yeah.
So how much would I pay instead of $50? Where, Jacob, I'm actually going to agree with you. And I'm going to say $10 out of the $50 I spent was worth playing this game.
Dang. Okay.
So I'm going to say 1 out of 5.
Dang. Yo, I think this is our first 1 out of 5 game.
Definitive
for both of us. Yeah.
1 out of 5. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So let's get into the story, guys.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm not gonna lie to you right off the bat. So I did play the most, guys.
Yeah.
For every single gaming review, I really try.
He does try. He played all Starfield. I mean, that's something.
Yeah, I beat Starfield for that review. Go check that out right over there. But for this game, I tried beating Detective Pikachu Returns. Jacob, I couldn't do it.
Dang.
Damn it, I couldn't do it. Because you know what? It's not a good game.
Oh,
whatsoever. I'm going to give you guys a big spoiler right now. We haven't done this before because normally we go through the story step by step. But what if I told you, what if I told you viewers and you, Jacob, that by the end of this game, because I watched the cutscenes, I got halfway through the game and I was like, I don't want to play it anymore. I watched the cutscenes.
You looked up Detective Pikachu, the movie, but actually the second Switch game, not the actual movie on YouTube.
Yeah, 100%.
Yep.
But here's the thing, Jacob. I actually didn't need to type in all that.
Oh.
And in fact, all I could have typed in was Detective Pikachu.
Oh.
And you want to know why?
Yeah, well, it didn't come up with a Hollywood blockbuster.
Well, that's because we've actually already played this game, Jacob.
Wait, really?
In fact, when we watched this movie...
Where's the cameras? I'm scared.
In fact, Jacob, when we watched the movie...
Oh, God.
We played the game. What if I told you that Detective Pikachu Returns...
I had this thought, but I'm like, they won't do this.
It is almost a line-for-line recreation of the movie.
I mean, there's a one, crappy TV image of Mewtwo escaping for, 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, but, really? Pikachu's the father? But Detective Pikachu in the game is like, I had a partner once. And also, it's this kid's dad. It's like, oh, okay. But,
Yeah, no, that's what it is. In fact, the funniest scene in the entire game.
Yeah.
So Pikachu's eating a bowl of some PS1 macaroni, right?
Yeah.
And there's some seasoning on it. And apparently, Tim is the human partner.
Tim Goodman.
Yeah. Tim decides to have so essentially, he has a bite of the macaroni. Pikachu starts to faint. Tim probably drugged him. All of a sudden, we have a vision of Tim's father.
Yeah.
And he goes up to the mother and he's like, I want a divorce. And then she's like,
can I pull up music? No, we don't have a hotspot. Never mind.
Yeah. Sorry. Well, he's like, I want a divorce. And she's like, what? Why? Please give me a reason. And then he's like, goodbye. And then it just ends.
Wait, they actually say divorce?
Yeah, they actually say full on. He's like, I am divorcing you.
Oh my god.
I no longer love you. And then he leaves.
Okay.
And then it goes back, and then he wakes up. I was like, what the freak? And then I will say, this game, guys, if you are looking to get into a good mystery, this is not the game for that.
Dang.
If you were looking to have Pikachu be Tim's dad, be this big reveal, they spoil it right here.
Okay.
Because when it shows Tim's dad in this flashback, it's the exact same voice as Pikachu.
Oh my gosh.
Literally the exact same tone. Yeah. There's no hiding it.
Yeah, and everyone's thinking of the live action movie. If you're a Detective Pikachu fan, you've seen the movie already.
Yeah, by default, you would have seen the movie. So it's what's the point of?
Gosh,
you could have done anything else. Yeah, but this is an exact recreation. So we start off the game.
By the way, I did say Bill turned himself into a Pokemon, so he turned himself into a Pokemon.
Yeah.
Okay, so I ate my words, I guess.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm saying that would be creepy, and like a Pokemon was killing other Pokemon.
No, yeah. Like, it could. Like, dude,
Yeah.
honestly, how hardcore would that be?
Dude, yeah.
If there was an actual Detective Pikachu game and it went, like, hard like that. Like, there's been a murder.
Dude.
Zapdos electrocuted a man, his guts just bust open inside.
They could have done it better without...
At least darker themes in general.
Yeah.
Not guts blowing up, but like...
Yeah, because we can...
I don't know. You could mention... I feel like you could mention someone dying.
You could, for
in
sure.
Pokemon game, yeah.
I feel like you could show a dead corpse, like subtly, like its leg sticking out or something.
Right, yeah, just like the the back of the body or,
like
or something.
Like a Ponyta's leg sticking out of a trash can. Yeah. I guess that is a little kind of...
right. Like, yikes.
But here, a good example.
Yeah.
Grant, could you just start with the story right away? Yeah. And just like kind of like go through it?
Yeah, absolutely. So we start off, we get a recap of the first game. Essentially, they were looking for their dad. They couldn't find their dad, but they solved...
Alrighty, you know us. Sorry, interrupt.
Yeah, you go for it.
So it's in Detective Pikachu's like his office, I guess, or he's watching a screen recapping. It's playing noir jazzy music. Like, why don't they have a gray filter if he's like this is the one moment to summarize the last game? Why did they go? Yeah, last time.
I remember last time.
But so it's just like the vibe is in there.
It's like a Family Guy kind of way. Remember the time? Pokemon Type R? That was crazy.
Oh, yeah. The R incident.
Yes, the R incident. Yeah, so it basically describes a bunch of Pokemon went crazy. They solved that crime. And I had the 3DS game. I never beat that one either.
Okay, yeah.
But
so basically the mayor, he's talking. He's like, yeah, the mayor, we would love to award these awards. And then Detective Pikachu and Tim are talking. And like legit, like I believe Detective Pikachu is going, Pika P. Yeah. Pika. And then Tim is like, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's like,
he says like,
this. Let's just recreate this. Okay, I'm going to be Detective Pikachu. You be Tim Goodman.
Detective Pikachu. The speech is almost done, so just stay awake a little longer.
Pika.
Wait, you actually think that about the mayor?
Pika P. I would.
Pika P. But no. Pikachu, you wouldn't say that. It's making sense. I don't know.
It's basically just Tim going, And dude, that's the same thing for this whole game. Not to skip ahead, but there are so many moments. Like for example, in the second case, there's this one part where you're looking for like a statue, and it's obviously there's one thing in the room, and it's the statue, but it's covered in ice. Right.
Oh my god! Is it like the same outline?
It's like the outline of the statue, and you see that, and then Tim's like, where could the statue be? And then Detective Pikachu's like, I got it, and I'm like, shut up! It's right there.
It's right there. Yeah, seriously, what the frick?
Yeah.
See, I was bothered by the fact, in a world where your Pokemon can like deliver you coffee beans, like go to a cafe and come back, like, Pikachu will talk to a Pokemon who witnessed like the what happened, and then they're like, that's not evidence enough. Like Pokemon,
like they won't believe you.
They won't believe you. I'm like, dude, this society runs on Pokemon.
Yeah.
They are, what's a word? Classist, racist against Pokemon.
Classes, yeah.
They're below us.
It's very clear that they do have emotions. Like they reference it several times. Like, even at the very beginning, like, that Pidove, it likes the aroma of that Pokemon over there.
Yep.
You know, so like it has like a vibe to it.
Yeah, and like Detective Pikachu can communicate with it. I'm sure other people could try to communicate.
Right.
Like they're smart. I mean,
but it's because Pikachu is Tim's father.
Oh yeah, so the blood connection. They can. Oh my god.
Which I mean, the sister can't hear the Pikachu, but I mean, you know, don't worry about that.
What the frick?
No, don't worry about it.
Oh my gosh! But anyway, guys. Yeah. So near the mayor's stand or something, a Pidove is unconscious.
We have our first mystery,
and the policeman nearby is like, "This town has really gone down the shitter.
This town's fucked."
Like he actually says that there's been crimes happening everywhere, and it's like a pigeon is unconscious.
Yeah. Which I love the explanation for this. So basically, there's this officer in white, and he's like, "Yeah, Tim. Actually, after the R incident, They've created us as like a second police force, but we only deal with Pokemon. And I'm like, that's stupid. Why not just hire more police officers and have them deal with both people in Pokemon?
Yeah.
Like, I was thinking about that. I was like, wait a minute. Like, could you imagine, like, my son's drowning. He's drowning. Oh, my gosh, he's drowning. Is there any officer nearby? I'm here, ma'am. My son's drowning. Oh. Yikes.
Is there Azumarill in the water? No.
Yeah. I'm like a Pokemon cop. I'm so sorry. I'm not like a human cop.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? Save my son.
Sorry. Come here, Lickitung. Him and Lickitung dressed as a cop, getting in a cop car. And it's like,
yeah. Or like in the opposite scenario, like, oh my gosh, there's two Poliwraths beating each other to death in a public school playground. Ooh, no. I'm like a human cop. This is This is a Pokemon problem. They're just beating each other to a pulp. It's like,
dude,
what
it's
are you talking about?
The Poliwrath is punching a kid. Oh, I'm gonna need to call the judge for that one.
Yeah, this is iffy.
It's outside my jurisdiction, or is it?
It's like, I don't know. Or like, it's an Alolan Pokemon, an illegal outsider. It's an alien.
Alien.
Man.
So there's apples involved here.
You have to. There's like a bunch of apples on the ground, and
Applin.
The game's like, which one's an Applin? And like, I don't know.
Yeah,
Jacob, how old were you when you played Phoenix Wright?
Like I was actually pretty young. Like I would say like 12 or like 16. I don't know, one of those ages. Yeah.
Like I remember coming over to your house and we
fun.
played it on the Wii, and I remember getting through it
on the Wii. Yeah,
we got through a case. So I feel like. Who's this for?
Yeah, because
what is the age demographic? Like, I shouldn't have to look at apples. And decide that one's alive.
Guys, basically, it's like, this is an Applin, and it's like, apple, and you're like, all right, and then like, oh no, a bunch of apples fell over, and like clearly you see one, and then the other one's
eyeballs on it. It's like
his eyeballs.
It's like I hope that you don't think I'm stupid. It's like. I get that the first mission is going to be easier because it's like a tutorial.
Yep.
But that was the pit-up thing. So like already, and continuing throughout the entire game, the whole thing is just easy.
Yeah. Yep.
Like there's not one moment where I was like actually stumped. Like, man, I got to look this up.
Yeah, no.
I have no idea.
Like you just kind of run around, exclamation point above someone's head. You're like, all right, exhausted.
Yeah. If you guys play this thing, it'll be the easiest thing ever because the game plays itself for you. This is the easiest game I've ever played in my life.
Yeah,
just play Phoenix Wright.
And exactly. Yeah, and like for visual novels, especially the ones where you can like examine. For example, you can examine like a vegetable stand here, or like random objects. I always feel like it's always a treat to hear my favorite characters from a visual novel or whatever interact with each other. Here, it's like, oh look, fruits and veggies. Well, maybe we can get some after the case is done. It's like. You're never gonna buy fruits or vegetables. Right. Like it's never a thing. It's not
exactly. and like another thing that I think of is like, okay, I don't need to walk around the whole town. I don't mind that it's linear in terms of like, oh, it's left and right. That's fine.
Yep.
The issue that I have is that it's so linear that like, okay, the first mission is a whodunit. A pearl goes missing. It's the Aurora Pearl or whatever it's called.
Yep.
You got to find out who stole it. So there's one point where they're like, oh, we got to go to this cafe.
Yep.
And you leave. And the thing is, there's a ton of people in the town. But there's not a point to talk to any of them.
Yeah.
There's never a single moment where they're like, go explore.
Yeah, true. And like, you could go, hey, have you seen a ducklet nearby? You know, instead, it's like this. They're nothing. Are they just standing there or walking around?
They're just standing there. Yep. Some of them are like at a shop, but they're just standing.
Yep.
And I literally just walk past every single one of them because there's only one person that you have to talk to.
Yeah.
So that was something that I found irritating for sure. But you got through most of the first mission, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I went to like talk to Duckland Cafe and I stopped playing. I'm trying to think of other stuff. So I really don't like the music in this game. I think it has to be said because like It does switch to cutscenes a lot, but it keeps the same music background. So then it's like, there's a scene where Applin has Detective Pikachu's hat.
Dude, it's so adorable.
And then the Applin climbs up an executor tree, and then like it's like the music doesn't fit, and Detective Pikachu's like grabbing that hat. You have to like hit A or whatever.
Yeah.
And like
that's another thing with like the voice direction. The voice actors in this game aren't bad, but it seems like they're bad. Like if this is the first time you've ever heard them, I wouldn't blame you for thinking like these are terrible voice actors.
Yeah.
But the thing is, like, the main guy who plays Detective Pikachu plays like Ichiban in Yakuza 7 and plays a bunch of just different like anime characters. He's really good.
Yeah.
And here he tries his damnedest. Like there's sometimes where it's Detective Pikachu like doing a jig and he's going all out.
He's going hard, and it's almost charming.
It's like almost, but because of like the static animation and so many things holding it back. I feel like they went up to him and they were like, he's holding an apple, act crazy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
Dude, yeah. Yep. And then there's like moments where you have to deduce and use a flowchart, thing. Yeah. You can't zoom out on the flowchart. You have to like manually like click through it.
Yep, exactly.
And then like for the deduction, it's like you get 3 options. It's like, like you got 3 options. It's super, like 2 are obviously they didn't even happen.
Right, like let's say a soup spilled on the ground. One is like, did it fall off the counter? 2 is, a Pokemon came, drank it, threw a straw at it, and then went back to the living room. And then the third one's like, Mr. Jim went to the store, and it's like it's obviously fell over.
Yeah, seriously. And like just thinking of Ace Attorney, the great Ace Attorney, like there's a dance of deduction where it's like visually engaging, the music's popping off, there's like animations, and it's actually like it's fun. You're like, oh, this is kind of hype actually, yo.
Yeah, and like the biggest difference is this game gives you the answer. It puts it in front of you. It lays it out for you with a little bow on top. And Ace Attorney and other, games like Professor Layton, they don't give you the answer. Like, it's there among all these different answers, but you have to find it. You have to like pick through them and decide which one works.
Yeah. And like this game, it gives you the answer so much, you kind of just turn your brain off and you're not thinking, who did it? Oh, which one? It's like, they'll tell me eventually, and like also like...
Exactly. Like it's so linear. It's like, okay, I have to talk to the cafe owner. Okay, after that, I have to go find the ducklet that ran away.
Yep.
Okay, after that, I have to go talk to the other Pokemon around the house. And then there's no choice of like, are you ready? It just starts the cutscene, and then it just gives you the most obvious stuff. Because it does go into like this deduction thing where it's like, camera circling around all the characters.
Oh, really? Okay.
And then it's like, who put the crack in the bowls? And then you just pick one. But the thing is, another issue that I have.
Yeah.
What happens in Professor Layton and Phoenix Wright when you get an answer wrong?
You lose like your health or whatever the health indicator is.
Yeah.
And then also like there's also it has this little hint you're wrong. Like if you're right, and this is really like I don't even think this matters.
Yeah.
But if Phoenix Wright, if you're correct, it goes music stops, objection. If the music keeps playing, you're wrong.
It's tense. It's like, like you're almost figuring it out as you go still.
Yeah, and also with Professor Layton, it's like, I think I got it. Ding, ding, ding. And on the last frame, if he's smiling, you got it right. If he's frowning, you got it wrong.
If he's suddenly depressed as hell, then it's like, oh no.
So like, like you were saying, it's like you're on the edge of your seat. Oh, he got it right. Oh, he got it wrong. Oh,
Exactly. And this one has it to where when you get the right one, they explain it. But if you get it wrong, there's no consequence.
Oh, no consequence?
There's no consequence whatsoever.
No solely animation where like Detective Pikachu falls on his face or something, like nothing like that? Okay.
No, it's quite literally, if you get a question wrong, it is just Detective Pikachu. It's
are you sure about that?
Well, are you sure about that? It's like a parent trying to guide you through homework.
But that's with the lore. It's his dad. So I'm just kidding.
It's actually that's spot on.
Really though?
Yeah. So basically, it's like Timmy went to the store and got 3 apples. He ate 1. How many apples does he have left?
Really?
Go ahead and answer the question wrong.
4.
Now, Tim, why would he have 4 if he had 3 and he only ate 1? How many would he really have, Tim? And then you get to pick again. Go ahead and pick again.
2.
Ding, ding, ding. And then it goes on to the next one. That's it. So it's literally, if you get it wrong, he's just like, there. It's okay.
Wow.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need to be babied. I'm not a 4-year-old. And I know that some people are going to say, like, well, you're playing a kid's game and all that. But the thing is, Pokemon games in general are kids' games. Phoenix Wright, to an extent, is a game that kids can play.
Yep.
Companies don't need to treat us like we're stupid.
No.
If I was playing this when I was 12, I would have been just as bored.
Yeah. Because
the thing is, there is no game here. The thing that we're playing is a book. Not a visual novel, a book. Because as you go from page to page, you have to do the exact same thing over and over and over again. There's nothing else to it.
Yeah, and I noticed that, like, they lost a gem in the first one. They lost a statue in the second.
Well, the thing is, there's like a professor. Okay, so let's go to the second one.
Okay, yeah.
So basically, you meet up with this goth chick, and she's like, "Oh, we'll learn more about the gem when we talk to my professor." So you go to meet the professor. Turns out he got locked inside of these ruins.
Oh no!
And I will say, both the professor and his assistant are like the dumbest pieces of shit imaginable.
Okay.
So basically, you go up to the assistant, and he's just like making soup. And you're like, hey, where's the professor? Where's your boss? He's like, I don't know. He's been stuck in the ruins for like 2 days. Bro, if we went on vacation or something and I was stuck in a hole and you had 2 choices. One was to phone the police and one was a can of Campbell's soup.
Dude.
What would you choose?
I don't know. Dude, I'm just thinking, this is a weird comparison, but I'm like, Tears of the Kingdom. Isn't the chef like... it's a chef that went missing, and then there's people concerned for him, like, where'd he go?
Oh, yeah,
I hope he's safe. He went to
right.
Hyrule Castle.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, but it's just like, oh, that's what I was reminded about. That.
Yeah.
I don't
know. But essentially, you come across this door, and it's like, how do we get in? You see a switch on the ground. I know what you're thinking. You press it.
Yep.
No. You don't press it. What you do first off, here's the annoying thing with the game. You see the answer right in front of you, but you can't do that because, again, like I said before, you're reading a book. You're not playing a game. You have to do it the exact way that they want you to do it.
Yep.
So what do you have to do? You examine it. You notice the pattern. Now you look at the tree. You examine the tree. You notice something on the tree. You notice there's footprints going up. Now, after 20 minutes of examining, now push the button.
Dude, and like that, like 20 minutes is long because... You like, all right, I should be able to look at the switch and activate it, but really it wants you to look at this obscure object in the back, probably. Yeah. You know, like, and it's like, well, I even click, I don't even know where to go.
Yeah.
I hate that with mystery visual novels. Like the last Switch game, you know that like the 2 Switch games that were like from the NES and only in Japan and they were re-released in America. It's like some school, I don't know. Yeah, basically, I would get like stuck because I'm supposed to ask this one person something specific.
Exactly.
I hate that with yeah, it's annoying.
Phoenix Wright and Professor Layton are one of the few games where I actually feel like I am actually solving this.
Yeah. Yep.
Like I am the one that is investigating. I don't want to play a book.
Yeah, and like in those games, I want to click everything in the screen because you know the banter's fun to read, and then also like it's kind of cool to figure out yourself.
The dialogue is all entertaining. Like the whole game itself is just nice to look at. And this game is ugly as sin. By the way.
Yeah.
And here's another example.
Yep.
There's one moment where you find a Pokemon that you ride in the temple that can punch. And the thing is, basically, that Pokemon tells Pikachu, he's like, hey, I can break through ice. I'm like, all right, cool. So I go up to ice, and I punch it. Then it breaks. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah, all right.
I go up to this wall of ice. I punch it. It breaks. Perfect.
Yep. Nice.
I go up to a second wall made of ice. I punch it. Nothing happens.
What?
About 20 minutes later, now I can punch it because I did things in the wrong order.
Ooh, what?
So basically, I know what you're thinking.
Yeah.
What did I have to do instead? Well, I had to punch a different wall. Confusing, I know. Go into this room, and this is where I came across the horrible Mr. Mime performance. Literally, it's like, Mr. Mime. I'm like, what the hell?
Mr. Mime.
Get the stranger out.
Yeah.
But you go in there, and to give you guys a good understanding of what the deduction looks like when you're talking to certain people.
Yep.
In Phoenix Wright, it's very like you get to ask them certain questions. In this one, you ask them, every single person, the exact same question. It's always the same first question.
Yeah.
It reminds me of that Smiling Friends episode in the Magical Forest. Because the first thing you ask is, they're like, oh, what do you want? And the first question is, I want to know about you.
I want to know about you.
I want to know about you.
Yeah.
And then they describe about like what they've been doing.
Yeah.
And when I punched down a wall, there were two Pokemon there. There was a Mr. Mime and an iceberg thing. I forget what it's called. And I go up to the first one. I go up to Mr. Mime. And I say, Mr. Mime, what are you doing here? And he says, well, I think it's Ice Mite. I don't know. Yeah. Ice Mite decided to freeze up the wall because he wanted to see how powerful he could be. And I say, okay. Thank you, Mr. Mime. I then go over to Ice. Can't talk today.
You're good.
I then go over to Ice Mite. I ask, what are you doing? I want to know about you.
Yeah.
He's like, well,
I know about you.
I want to know about you. and then he says, well, I wanted to freeze the wall and see how much I could do with it. And that's it. That's the only time you talk to them the entire time for that case.
Dude, nice.
And they both tell you the exact same information. But it's required. You need to ask them that in order for you to go to this door to break it open. And here's the dumbest part. So eventually we find the professor. And this guy is Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson times 250.
Yo.
Because the thing is, we find the professor. And as you guys recall, I said this professor was locked in this room for 2 days. 2 whole days. Now, if you guys don't know, the average human being will die of starvation.
Like what, 3 to 4 days?
3 days.
3 days. Okay, yep.
3 days. So
water.
They'll be incredibly dehydrated.
I thought you can survive without food for a week, but water you need in 3 days.
Maybe that's it.
Yeah, I think it's, yeah.
Either way, 3 days and you're dead pretty much.
Yep. No sunlight.
No sunlight. I go into this room, and my man's sitting here like...
Wait, really?
He's just chilling.
Is he sitting or standing?
He's standing.
No.
Like, bro, I would be crawling on the ground going...
Help, oxygen. He's standing.
He's just standing, and you're like, and you go up to him.
You know those caves are full of Zubats too, like
right, full of Zubats. The Pokemon that punches like locked him in there. Like a Pokemon chased him in there.
Oh my God.
He straight up says, "I don't have any food," and then he gets knocked in there. Closed off from all sides.
That's an evil Pokemon, dang. Was it Hitmonchan? Like,
no, he was just hungry.
Oh. Wait, what's the Pokemon that pushed him in there?
Polyntoff, something like that. It's the ice one that you saw.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you go in there, and he's just chilling. And you ask him, of course, say it with me, class, I want to know about you.
But there's no question like, how are you? Are you okay?
No, you always have to start off with, I want to know about you.
Yeah.
So then he says, yeah, I've actually been stuck in here for 2 days. Thank you for helping me. Anyway, what are you doing here? And I'm like, what are you talking about? And another thing that blew my mind.
Yeah.
Let's say, Jacob, that you were stuck in a cave for 2 days.
Yeah.
And the only thing in this room with you is a puzzle on the wall.
Okay.
What are you doing for 2 days?
Solving the puzzle immediately, see if it gets me out for some reason.
Right.
Yeah.
So what he decided to do, because I asked him, I'm like, what's up with the puzzle behind you?
Yeah.
He's like, I don't know.
It's like the unknown alphabet or something. It's missing the A.
Well, again, you got to remember, Jacob.
Oh.
That might be considered a difficult puzzle.
Oh, yeah. That might be a little weird. It's so hard to read the letters.
We got to keep it easier. So instead, it's a picture of a Clefairy and arrows that point to the right. Can you guess where the Clefairy goes? Yeah. Can you guess where it goes?
To the right.
To the right. Now, before you get ahead of yourself, so you ask the professor, what's up with this behind you? He's like, I don't know.
It's a professor. Like,
it's this professor.
He went to college, like studied all his life.
Yeah.
is his job to like solve the ruins?
He went to these ruins to investigate them, and he's in his cave.
He's in his he's doing his dream job, and
he's doing his dream job. And you're like, "What's up with those ruins?" He's like, "I don't know." I don't know, man.
It's a Clefairy with red arrows.
It's literally push the Clefairy to the right. I don't know, man.
What's the Clefairy they had to push to the right? Like it's like a stone indentation.
Yeah, it was like a stone Clefairy, and you got to push it to the right. And he's like, I couldn't figure this puzzle out for 2 days, and I was like, incredible.
Oh my gosh, guys! I don't know if you've been watching the One Piece live action, but there was actually 3 people on that rock with Sanji and Zeph, and it was that guy. And he's just like,
yeah,
he's like, I don't need any food, guys. I'm good.
No,
and he went to the side of the rock. He's just like. For like 40 days.
In fact, he actually saw a ship come by, but he decided not to do anything.
Yeah, he didn't want to interrupt. They looked like they were having fun, so he's just like, all right, I'm going to sit longer.
Zeph, he actually had a bag of food, and when Zeph was eating his leg, he was like, no, I don't need to tell him.
This will be kind of awkward to reveal that food. And he threw over the ledge,
this is so silly.
He threw over the edge.
Yeah. But yeah, and the greatest part of them all, we're getting to the end of my playthrough. We get to the end.
Right on.
And then it's discovered that we're locked in, and this final puzzle will bring us to the back entrance of the ruins. We started in the front, and we've made our way all the way to the back. Where do you think the back of the ruins leads to?
I don't know.
Well, you're wrong.
The front?
It leads to the front.
Okay, I kind of guessed
You guessed it.
Yeah.
When you exit the back of the ruins, they're just at the front of the ruin.
Wait, okay, so does it make sense? Like, is it the Nier Automata moon spaceship where you go in a circle like this?
No, it's one flat path going forward, and they get blocked as they go along it. And then when they exit the ruins, they're at the front.
Dude.
And the freaking assistant is still making soup. And I was like, fuck you!
Well, dude, I made an oath. I played Dark Souls 2, and I climbed to the top of a windmill. I climbed to the roof of the windmill, and then there's a lava temple, and I'm like, this doesn't make sense. I can't forgive video games that do this to me.
Exactly. That is this.
Oh my God.
You get to the back of the temple, and then they're like, all right, we've made it to the back of the temple. I'm like, no, you're not. You're lying to me.
What, dude?
You are at the front of the temple.
Oh my gosh. What the frick?
And, I forgot to mention this earlier. One thing that's also kind of funny. At the end of it, so there's side quests, right?
Oh, yep. It's like, find my Lillipup.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you find the Lillipup. What do you think happens?
You like return it or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah. And then nothing. You don't get anything for it.
Oh, wait. You don't get any rewards for it?
You don't get any rewards. Actually, I lied. There is a reward. The next day, you're at your house and you listen to the news. And on the news, they say, a Lillipup was found. Next up.
Dude, and by the way, the TV is so cursed, by the way. It's like kind of sad image. It's like, okay. It's like, Mewtwo escaped. It's like a blurry 420p image. It's like, dude, it's not good. And real quick, I want to mention this. Guys, for previous fans of the 3DS Detective Pikachu, that game looked amazing for the 3DS.
Yes.
This game does not look awesome at all for Switch. It sucks.
Yeah.
And also the structure of the story for the first one was different, where there was a greater case, I guess Incident R.
Yeah.
And each case kind of chipped away at the greater story. This one is like individual cases, like right after the other, I believe, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, that's like a difference if you guys are interested in the game. I don't know, I'm just saying that just to get it out there.
Yeah, like if you really want to play it, play the first one.
Yep.
That's it. Easy.
Dude, yeah. Yeah, but like it looks like crap. Like the running animation is so clunky.
Dude,
and
when Tim is running at the camera, I like have to like kind of look back.
Yeah.
Like this is his exact animation. I'll have it like side to side with me. It's like,
dude,
like stop moving.
Yep. Freaking Tim Goodman, dude. Goodman is such a Saul Goodman. Like that's like a character name.
Dude,
like
yeah.
Saul Goodman. The Goodman is such a bad. Like, do they think that we are so dumb? It's like he's the good man. Like
he's one good man.
I freaking hate that.
Dude,
I don't know. It just stuck out to me like weird. I don't know.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. But then, guys, we're getting close to the end of the story. We're getting close to the end. So basically, the professor, they finally asked the professor, what is up with this pearl, whatever it is. Whole reason why we saved him. He's like, that's a pretty good pearl. He literally just says like, that's pretty valuable, and that's it. And I was like,
bruh,
wow, invigorating,
dude. I love it. Wait, is it the same pearl as in the first case?
Yeah, same pearl.
Dude, I love how they're like, this represents the city. This pearl. It's like,
yeah. Also, oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I keep going back. I forgot to mention this. So the wife in the first case is like, excuse my French.
I thought she's evil.
Yeah,
I thought she did it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So basically, the whole time throughout the entire case, she's a bit of a coont.
She's standoffish for sure. She's like, talk to the police. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I hate that guy.
And she's literally talking about like, I don't understand the relationship between Pokemon and humans, and like all that. The Pokemon's eat in a separate room from us.
Dude, but like, isn't there what's the Pokemon next to her, like Clefairy?
Clefairy,
yeah. And the Clefairy's like, she's so nice, man.
As soon as she's by herself, she apologizes. I'm like, okay.
When she's by herself, she cries herself to sleep. So like, she's actually cool.
But here's the funny thing: is immediately after you solve the case, and it's what a surprise! It's the new guy that they didn't have trust
it's that guy. That makes sense. Yeah.
Immediately after that, the wife goes up to the husband, and she's like, "Play sad music here." I was wrong. From now on, the Pokemon are going to eat dinner with us. That's literally what she says. I'm not making the joke. That she actually says, I would like for the Pokemon to eat dinner with us from now on.
Yeah.
What?
Man.
What does that have to do with anything? Shut up.
Yeah, dude. What the frick? Man, and dude, it's just a missed opportunity because when you said that, my brain went wild. Like, oh, what if there's a Trubbish that is eating at the dinner table? Like, does he stink? What if there's a funny cutscene where they go, ew, PU, and there's a Trubbish? And
and there is. Did you get to the Trubbish?
Oh, no, I didn't know it was Trubbish. What the frick?
Yeah, and he's like, humans are scared of me, so I stay back here in the dumpster.
Oh my god.
There's no resolution to that. He's just like, I'm disgusting, and that's it.
I'm gonna change
you don't introduce
a Garbodor.
I'm gonna wreck the city. You don't introduce him to a nice human or anything. He's just like, I'm disgusting.
Oh my god.
And Pikachu's like, well, cheer up.
And they Detective Pikachu, this is like Toy Story 4, but except there's no resolution.
Wait a minute, you're like Forky from Toy Story 4. What the hell? You got to be freaking kidding me.
Trubbish, why am I alive?
What? Kill me.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, guys, we get to the end. So basically, we get back to town, and what's this? The goth girl that you were hanging out with is having a conversation with her mayor father, who earlier in the game said that he was going to pass a bill called the Pokemon Friendship Bill. But it turns out it's about managing Pokemon.
Oh, by the way, when you saw the Pidove case, like, why is Pidove unconscious? Like, I'm pretty sure the mayor congratulates you. And he's like, hey, good job.
He's like, you did it.
Like, okay. It's a pigeon. Sorry, that's just random. But
it's just a pigeon that was like sleeping. It's just a little unconscious. You son of a bitch, you've done it.
Yeah. Anyway, that's random, but yeah.
So basically the goth girl's arguing with her dad. She's like, you can't manage Pokemon. You can't. And if we remember, that is the very plot of the movie.
Oh, yeah. Does she have a Psyduck?
No, there's no Psyduck. Okay. No Psyduck.
That would be...
That would have been
They would
cool,
have to animate something.
They would have to animate that.
Yeah.
And then immediately afterwards, Pikachu is arrested. Oh my gosh. Pikachu's arrested.
By the way, guys, this is a game of 2023. It's very pro cop, kind of. Very pro cop. Like, how does he get arrested? Does he go willingly, or is he like,
no? He's very much. He's like, it's okay. I'll go with them immediately.
Okay, yeah.
There's no shocking or anything. It's just like, all right, I'll go with them.
Artie, come with us.
Even though the person who's arresting them is like the prick from the first case. It's like that blonde dude.
Oh, okay.
He's like, I'm here to arrest you.
Oh, that prick. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it's literally him. He's like, okay. And then...
all right, do it.
All right, fine. Do it, bitch. And then we end up in the jail cell, and there's a Sableye, and Pikachu's like, what's going on? And then he's like, I have no freaking clue. Then they go up to the roof, and he's like, how'd I get to the roof? I don't remember coming to the roof. And I was like, yeah, it's just the plot from the first one.
Man.
So, guys, that is unfortunately where I dropped out of the game. I told you guys I tried, but I got to this halfway point, and I was like, I can't make myself care. I can't.
Dang.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
And it turns out the big reveal, guys. I'm going to spoil it right here for you. Are you ready for the big reveal?
Yeah, hit me. Well, actually, before we do that, you mentioned Detective Pikachu went to prison.
Yes.
And I remember in like the Ace Attorney video games, the prison was like the place to be because the music hit, the emotion was like so downtrodden. You wanted to cheer the guy up. But then I'm like, all right, well, I don't think Detective Pikachu, he's a detective. He has to investigate crime scenes.
Yeah.
Can you visit his office like ever?
No.
Is there any like location you reliably?
No, there's no location that you can come back to.
Oh my god.
It is always every chapter is
bland
a new bland square of a location.
Yeah.
There's nothing to find. There's nothing to click on. You go up to the panda bear Pokemon. You say, Hey, what's going on? He says, don't talk to me. And he goes, okay. Then he goes up to a save lady. He goes, what's going on? He's like, don't talk to me. He's like, okay. He goes upstairs. He's like, what happened? Another Pokemon I forget is like, don't talk to me. He's like, okay.
Okay.
And then he goes up to finally a fourth Pokemon.
Yeah.
Says, what's going on? They're like, oh, I don't know, but we got to the roof. He's like, okay. Then he goes to the next scene.
Oh.
And after asking 4 Pokemon the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And getting nothing.
You're not going to ask Pokemon anymore ever. I would never touch them again.
Yeah. So at that point, I was like, I'm done. I think that's about it. For me, that's a wrap on Detective Pikachu Returns. So I looked up the rest of it, and it
What is it?
It is literally the exact same story, except instead of Mewtwo being the one that they fuse with, Deoxys is the final Pokemon.
What?
And that's
did you see the cutscene with
Deoxys?
Was there any tension in there when he was fusing, or
no? He just kind of. It's just kind of like, and then
he has the equivalent of a space stone, right? So does he do anything like turn like a human into a Pokemon in front of their eyes?
No, Mewtwo and Deoxys fight for like a minute and a half, and then that's it.
Is it epic fight? I don't know why I asked.
It's very basic, like they just go up in an arc toward each other and go.
Does Mewtwo not even fire like a fireball?
No, in fact, I was actually pissed because it shows Mewtwo at one point also being controlled, and literally three Beedrill were chasing him. And he was like, they almost got me. And I was like, you son of a bitch.
Dude, Beedrill?
Because they kept firing the little spikes at him. He's like, no. I was like,
oh,
bro.
my gosh. What's that move in Pokemon? Isn't it like it attacks like 1 to 4 times and it's weak as piss?
Yeah.
Like throw a spike at him. I forgot what it's called. But like, dude, what? The bug type Pokemon, watch out, Mewtwo.
And then the funniest part about this is, what if I told you during this cutscene, there's something flying behind Mewtwo? And that thing is Harry's body.
Sorry, I yawned there, but Harry's body?
Yeah.
What? Who's Harry?
Tim Goodman's father. So the whole
wait. So like shadowy figure floating? Or
no, it's his literal body. Because his mind was transferred into the Pikachu.
Okay, yep.
So the body's still just kind of there.
So, like, what's the pose it's in, and it's flying around?
It's just kind of, like, flat.
Okay.
So Mewtwo's flying around, and this flat body is following behind it. And then at the very end, because Tim recognizing, he's like, father! And then he, like, runs for it, and then Mewtwo's literally is like, don't worry about your father. Then he, like, shoots off. I was like,
dude,
bro, if you saw some mythical creature carrying your like limp father away, like, would you accept the answer like, don't worry about
it, dude? Well, then I would.
Don't worry about it, man.
See, all right, but like, why did Detective Pikachu think the dad was his partner, even though it's him? Is he lying to his son?
Don't worry about it.
like if I'd be like, Detective Pikachu, Mewtwo took my dad, and then he's like, that sucks. We have to save him.
Like, what? We gotta save his limp body.
Yeah.
Dude, I just imagine them saving him. Tim's like slapping his face, like, wake up, Dad. Wake up.
And then the dad wakes up, please stop hitting me. And Detective Pikachu's voice, and Detective Pikachu's like, whoa, what the
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm starting to think that's me. This is one crazy day off.
What was in this coffee?
But guys, overall, that's it for the story.
Yeah.
Music
is horrendous. I mean, the bass line sometimes slaps, but other than that,
it's just bad.
Yeah, it's bad.
This is a very bad. Guys, if you want to play as Pikachu, if you want a fun Pokemon game where you just play and you interact with Pokemon,
play Poke Park. That's probably better, honestly.
Poke Park 2
okay,
is what I played.
I haven't even played that one, but it's probably better.
It's a good one. I remember being really fun. Literally half of a Wii controller.
Yeah.
Like sideways Wii controller. I was playing like that, and I was still having fun.
Yeah. Honestly, if you want to play also as a my recommendation is probably a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon or something.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's like you talk to Pokemon. The writing is funny.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I 100% agree. Guys, this one is a waste of time.
Dude.
Do not play this.
All right, we need to talk logistics. So, does Game Freak think Detective Pikachu is a good idea or what? Like, they put... I feel like they went, all right, what can make Pikachu really sell? Put him in a detective hat.
See, I feel like the initial idea was like, okay.
Yeah.
We're coming up with it was the time of the 3DS. Pokemon games are flying off the shelves. They got money.
They're jumping off the shelves.
Spare. Yeah, they're jumping off of shelves. They're quick attacking off of shelves. So they're like, what kind of games do we got? Mystery Dungeon. We got other Pokemon games that I can't think of off.
Yeah, like
we have a lot of Pokemon.
Yeah, it's like
Rumble.
Pokin.
Pokin. All that stuff.
Yeah.
What's another one that we can come up with? And I feel like this one was like, hey, this is going to be a really cheap one. It's a random idea.
What about the Let's Go Eevee or Let's Go Pikachu? That seems pretty cheap. People like that one. Are you talking about spin-offs?
It's just spin-offs in general.
Okay.
So they're thinking. So I feel like it was brought to them like, hey, it's a cheaper spin-off. Give us this much money, a lot less than normal Pokemon games. We'll make it on 3DS, see how it goes.
Okay.
And I feel like that happened. And for some reason, that was adapted to the live-action movie.
Yep. For some reason, yeah.
For some reason. Like, why not just make... Oh, whatever.
Yeah.
And then they see that, success of that, and then they're like, okay, well, now we got to make another game. So now we have the Detective Pikachu series.
Yeah.
So
it's a series, but, like, I can't see anybody past the age of 10 going, I'm really going to get invested in the Detective Pikachu series. And there's some good stuff in there. It's really like, oh, I recognize that Pokemon... It said its name funny. Huh? That's the only enjoyment I get from it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I like the idea of Detective Pikachu. I think it's fun. Like, oh, the Pokemon talks to Pokemon, the human talks to humans.
Yeah.
You know, that's fun.
Yep.
But they just made that fun idea so boring.
Yep.
And it's just lifeless. There's nothing to it.
And I was thinking, like, when Detective Pikachu is translating, he tells you what the Pokemon is saying. But, like, it's not voiced or anything. So I'm like, could they just skip a step where I don't have to read fa-fa-fa-fa-fa-fa? Like, can they just, like, have it say it? I understand Detective Pikachu is translating for me.
Right,
like,
exactly.
Like have the text be yellow or something. I'm like, oh, there's him translating.
Like, and there's even another part where he hops on a Growlithe and then it like has to explain to you, the player, because he's like, I forget exactly what he says, but essentially, he's like, oh yeah, I don't have to translate anymore. I can just understand you while I'm riding on you. And I'm like, yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Dang.
Yeah, just stupid little things like that. But guys, there's just better Pokemon games out there.
Yeah,
but
if you went to jail and then your guard was like, do you want to sit in here for 2 days or play the new Detective Pikachu game? Just sit in there for 2 days.
just take the L, guys.
Just stand up the whole time. It's better. Standing for 2 days without sitting is better than Detective Pikachu.
You'll actually get more exploration out of wandering around your cell than wandering around in the game.
They're like, most of us wander around the cell, and then they're like, wait, what? And there's like a visible object in the corner.
Yeah.
And they're like, it's a Pokeball.
No. But that is about it. Jacob, any other thoughts?
No, that was about it, guys. I don't recommend this game. Like I said, the best aspect is seeing Pokemon and like kind of seeing how Pokemon interact with the world. But you get that from like the mainline Pokemon games.
Yeah.
So it doesn't really scratch that itch better in any way than the mainline games, so don't even
I
bother.
agree. And I would say the best part, and I say this loosely, is the personality of Pikachu himself. Just like just the silliness factor of it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes the very little amount of entertainment that I found from it was from little quips that he would say in the cutscenes.
And like but also like you said loosely, of course.
Yeah.
But like it's like the cutscene is like, oh, in my head I'm like, it's kind of endearing, but I'm not going
right, exactly.
It's like it's ironic, like, all right, that's kind of funny. Like, really, I'm watching a deep voiced Pikachu eat macaroni and cheese with seasoning. It's funny.
Yeah, like, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Like outside of the couple of seconds that I'm watching this, immediately I'm brought back to the horrible reminder that I am playing Detective Pikachu Returns.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yep.
So guys, definitively, this game gets one of the first ever ones out of 5s. Do not play this. There's much other better things to play.
And also Pokemon can do better. Like Game Freak can do better. They make so much money and they just get away with this, dude.
Exactly. Please make some better.
Yeah. And
I like Pokemon.
Oh my gosh. This game was announced 6 years ago. That's 6 years of development time.
Like actually 6 years in development. Oh my word,
dude. They need to stop with Pokemon. Just make one game, take 2 years to make it, and make it awesome.
Exactly.
Exactly. They aren't gonna do that though.
No, definitely not.
No.
Apparently, someone said there's an interview, and they were like, "We're thinking about putting more time into games, but they're not gonna do it.
They're not gonna do it
because you got to please the investors." So we know how it is, Game Freak. We get it. But guys, thank you so much for watching. We shall catch you on the next very epic video. And hey, make sure to subscribe if you liked it, and we'll see you on the next video.
Yeah. See you guys later.